Today, we will talk about the word problems involving quadratic equations. So, dito, magsasolve tayo ng mga word problems na related doon sa mga napag-aralan natin sa ating mga previous na lesson. So, dito magagamit natin yung factoring and kung paano mag-solve ng quadratic equation. So, meron tayo dito suggested steps in solving or in problem solving. So, first is to read the problem several times until you understand it. Second, determine what is being asked in the problem. Third, represent the unknown in the problem by a variable or variables and formulate an equation based on the conditions given in the problem. Next is to solve the equation, and the last one is to check your answer. The answer must be satisfy the conditions given in the problem. So we have here the example number 1. The sum of two numbers is 7 and the product is negative 60. What are the numbers? So let x as the one number. Then since it says here that the sum of two numbers is 7, let 7 minus x will be the other number. Okay, so it says there that the product of the two numbers is negative 60. So we can say that the equation will be x times 7 minus x is equal to negative 60. Since meron na tayong equation dito, isosolve na natin siya. So, we can use the distributive method dito. So, we have x times 7 will give us 7x. Then, next is x times negative x will give us negative x squared. Then, just copy negative 60. Okay, after that, i-arrange na natin yung equation into descending order. So, isusulat lang natin, we have negative x square plus 7x. Ito, ilalagay na natin doon. So, magiging positive 60 is equal to 0. So, since hindi pwedeng maging negative yung ating a dito, i-multiply natin sila into negative 1 para maging positive yan. So, we have now the equation x squared minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. Okay, so after nyan, i-factor na natin siya. So, ano yung factor nito? So, yung magiging factor natin dyan ay we have x minus 12 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. So, yung isang x natin ay equal to 12. Then, yung pangalawang x natin ay negative 5. So, yung ating mga numbers dito ay we have 12 and negative 5. So, para makita natin kung tama yung ating mga sagot, itry lang natin siya. So, we have 12 plus negative 5 will give us 7. So, tama kanina. Yung sinabi dito is the sum of the two numbers is 7. Ibig sabihin, tama ito. Next is, yung product daw nila ay negative 60. So, i-multiply natin. So, we have 12 times negative 5 will give us negative 60. So, tama yung mga nakuha nating x dito. So, ibig sabihin, yung two numbers natin ay we have positive 12 and negative 5. Let's have the another example. So, we have here the product of two consecutive positive integers is 240. What are the integers? So, first, let x will be the first integer. So, since sinabi dito na consecutive positive integers, ibig sabihin magkasunod daw sila. Kapag itong x ay yung first integer natin, ibig sabihin x plus 1 will be our second integer. Okay, so sinabi dyan na the product of two positive integers is 240. So we can say that x times x plus 1 is equal to 240. Okay, so after that, pwede na natin siyang isolve. So ito, i-distribute lang ulit natin sa ating x plus 1. So we have x times x will give us x square, then x times positive 1 will give us positive x, then we have now is equal to 240. Next, i-arrange natin siya into descending order or ilalagay natin siya into sa ating general form na we have ax square plus bx plus c. So, ito ay copy lang natin plus x. Yon, itra-transpose na natin doon and i-equate na natin siya sa 0. So, we have positive 240 will give us or will become negative 240 is equal to 0. Then, after that, i-factor na natin siya. So, ang factor nito ay magiging we have x plus 16, then we have x minus 15 is equal to 0. So, kapag pinag-add natin itong 16 and negative 15, makukuha natin ay positive 1. And we have 16 times negative 15 will give us negative 240. Then, we have now the x as equal to negative 16. Then, we have yung isang x natin ay equal to positive 15. Since sinabi dito kanina na we have two consecutive positive integers, ibig sabihin, i-disregard na natin itong ating negative na x. Then, yung ating magiging first integer will be 15. Then, yung ating second integer ay we have x plus 1, which is magiging 15 plus 1. So, yung ating pangalawang integer ay we have 16. So, yung ating dalawang consecutive positive integers ay we have 15 and 16. So, para ma-check natin, i-multiply lang natin. So, we have 15 times 16 will give us 240, which is sinabi kanina doon sa ating given problem na the product of two consecutive positive integers is 240. So, ibig sabihin, tama yung mga nakuha nating integers na 15 and 16. Let's have another example. So, dito naman, ang example natin is related siya sa ating geometry. So, we have here, the length of a rectangular lot is 10 more than twice its width. If the area of the lot is 1,000 square meters, find the dimension of the lot. So, since sinabi dito na rectangular lot is 10 more than twice its width, yun daw yung ating length. So, ibig sabihin, i-let x muna natin as the width. Then, sinabi dyan na yung ating length daw ay 10 more than twice its width. So, we have 10 more than twice its width. So, yung width natin ay x. So, ito yung ating magiging length na ngayon. So, sabi dyan, find the dimension of the lot. So, yung ating magiging formula dito ay yung formula ng ating rectangle or yung area of a rectangle, which is we have A is equal to length times width. Okay, so ngayon pwede na natin siyang i-solve. So, yung area daw ng ating lot ay 1,000 square meters. So, ibig sabihin yung ating A dyan ay magiging 1,000 and we have yung length natin ay magiging 2x plus, then, i-multiply ngayon natin sa ating with na x. Okay, so after that, ito, i-distribute muna natin sa ating, ito. So now, we have, copy muna natin yung 1,000 is equal to x times 2x will give us 2x squared. Then, 10 times x will give us positive 10x. Ngayon, isulat natin siya into general form. So, we have now 2x squared plus 10x. Ito, ipupunta lang natin sa kabila, magiging negative 1,000 is equal to 0. So, after that, since kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayo ditong quadratic coefficient na 2. So, kapag ganun, i-divide lang natin lahat ito sa 2. So, we have divided by 2. So, ang magiging equation na lang natin, we have x squared. Then, 10 divided by 2 will give us 5. So, copy lang yung x. Then, ito, negative 1,000 divided by 2 will give us negative 500 is equal to 0. Next. So, ano yung ating magiging factor na ngayon dyan? So, yung ating magiging factor ay we have x minus, we have 20, then x plus 25. Kasi nga kapag negative 20 plus positive 25 will give us 5. Then negative 20 times negative or positive 25 will give us negative 100 or 500 is equal to 0. Then yung ating magiging x dyan ay we have positive 20. Then x is equal to negative 25. Kasi transpose lang natin doon. Transpose doon kasi nga i-equate natin siya sa 0. Okay, so meron na tayo ngayong x na 20 and negative 25. Since ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay dimension, ibig sabihin wala tayong negative na value of x. So, i-disregard natin ito. So, yung ating value ng x na lang dito ay 20. So, sinabi natin kanina na x will be the width. Ibig sabihin ito ay magiging 20. Then, next yung ating length. So, we have 2 times 20 will give us 40 plus 10 will give us 50. So, ang length natin ay magiging 50. So, para ma-check natin siya, i-apply lang natin ulit yung formula for area of a rectangle. So, length times width. Since dun sa problem, sinabi kanina na yung area niya ay 1,000 square meters. So, ngayon, isa-substitute natin yung ating mga nakuha na length. Length is 50. Then, yung width natin ay 20. So, kapag pinag-multiply natin yung 50 and 20, ang magiging sagot ng area natin ay 1,000. So, ibig sabihin, tama itong mga nakuha natin or tama yung nakuha nating x na 20. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, let's have the last example. So, we have here the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 34 over 15. Find the number. So, first, let x muna as the number. Then, we have 1 over x, which is the reciprocal of the numbers. Since sinabi dito na the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 34 over 15, ibig sabihin yung ating magiging equation ay we have x plus 1 over x is equal to 34 over 15. Okay, so meron na tayong equation na ganyan. So ngayon, pwede na natin siyang i-solve. So, para ma-solve natin ito, kunin muna natin yung kanyang LCD. And, yung LCD nito ay magiging 15x. So, i-multiply lang natin yung 15x sa ating equation. Okay, so we have now 15x times x will give us 15x squared. The next is 15x divided by x will give us 15. Then, times 1 will give us positive 15. Next, we have 15x times 34 over 15. So, we have 15x divided by 15 will give us simply x. Then, x times 34 will give us 34x. Okay, so ngayon, meron na tayong equation na 15x squared plus 15 is equal to 34x. So, kapag meron na tayong ganyan, i-arrange lang natin siya into descending order or ilalagay na natin siya into general form. So, we have now 15x squared. Ito, itra-transpose natin dito. We have negative 34x kasi nga, yung positive magiging negative. Then, copy lang natin yung positive 15 is equal to 0. So, meron na tayo ngayong 15x squared minus 34x plus 15 is equal to 0. So, ngayon, isusolve na natin yan using the factoring. Okay, so yung magiging factor natin dyan, we have 3x minus 5 and we have 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. So, ngayon, equate natin sa 0 itong dalawang factors natin. So, we have 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Then, yung isa ay we have 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. So, next, ito, ilalagay na lang natin doon. So, we have 3x is equal to, ito, transpose doon, magiging positive 5. Then, we have, divide both side by 3 para makuha yung value ng x. So, yung x natin na isa ay we have 5 over 3. Next, doon naman tayo sa kabila. So, we have 5x is equal to, yun, itra-transpose natin sa kabila, magiging positive 3. Then, divide both sides by 5 para makuha yung value ng ating x. So, x natin dito sa kabila ay we have 3 over 5. So, kung manonotice nyo yung ating nakuhang dalawang x ay 5 over 3 and 3 over 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo, reciprocal sila. So, tama yung sinabi kanina dito na the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 34 over 15. So, para ma-check natin kung tama ba yung nakuha nating dalawang x na may reciprocal or reciprocal na sila or nabaliktad lang. So, ito 5 over 3 and 3 over 5. So, baliktad lang siya. So, titingnan natin kung yung sum ba nila ay magiging 34 over 15. Kapag nakuha natin na 34 over 15 yung sum nila, ibig sabihin tama yung mga nakuha nating x dito. So, kunin na natin yung sum. So, we have 5 over 3 plus 3 over 5. Okay. So, yung magiging LCD nito ay we have 15. Then, next, we have 15 divided by 3 will give us 5. 5 times 5 will give us 25. The next, 5 divided by, or 15 divided by 5 will give us 3. Then, 3 times 3 will give us 9. So, plus 9. So, we have 25 plus 9 will give us 34. Then, just copy 50. So, yung nakuha natin ay 34 over 15. Ibig sabihin, tama yung mga nakuha nating x kasi nga, reciprocal sila or nabaliktad sila. Then, ang nakuha nating sum nila ay 34 over 15. So, ganun lang kasimple. So, that's how to solve equation or solve word problems involving quadratic equations. So, I hope you understand it well, and see you on our next lesson and next video lesson.